All right. Welcome back to Duskwood, episode 7. This is part 2. Now, I was asked in some of the comments to help with completing the puzzles that help advance in the story. So, the first part of this video is going to be showing you guys maybe some tips and tricks of completing the third puzzle. We're working on the third puzzle. And you'll see in this puzzle that we need to break some windows. We also have to complete a certain amount of number of, I believe it was 2 different colors, and there's some lines that create a wall that you can't move gems back and forth across, and you also have to pay attention for bombs falling from the top, coming down and expiring and then ruining your day. So that's what we're gonna do first before we get into the story. But before we do the puzzles, what we want to do is switch up. Oops, there we go. We want to switch up our theme. We're going to try to remember to switch up the theme each time. And I remember during the live stream, somebody liked the K4J3, so we're going to go with that today. Very hacker-esque, very cool looking. As you guys can see, if we open up the chat, very cool looking. I love it. Love it so much. That's what we're going to use today. So as you can see, we're going to be working on the third puzzle. I did complete it once already, just so that way I knew what I was getting myself into. That way I kind of knew what I was telling you guys about. So without further ado, let's go ahead and see if we can complete another part of this puzzle. All right, so as you can see, we have the 9 windows that we have to complete. We also have some colors that we have to complete as well. Now, personally, I would focus on getting those windows out first. The domino effect will help you get the colors. Horizontal power-ups would be a good power-up to try to use. Verticals are good as long as they're in the middle of the puzzle. But it's not an easy puzzle, and a lot of it, I feel like, is definitely luck. That's good. That horizontal power-up is good. That's going to help. There we go. Nice little domino effect going on there. Good. So this is good right here. There we go. Just keep that domino effect going. So we have right here, we have 2 line power-ups, and that's going to create a cross. That's a good spot to use it. We're getting really close to our colors and our windows, so it's looking good. It's looking good that we might beat it. As you can see, we also have bombs here, and the bombs have such a long fuse. They're not, it's not. You don't have to get them done right away, but you do want to keep an eye on them. We do have 13 moves left, and these bombs have 10 and 11 moves, so we'll have to keep an eye on them. But they're not extremely important to take care of right away. There we go. We have 1 more window to take care of. We have all of our colors taken care of, so all we have to do is crack this last window, and we can win this puzzle. And I think we got it right now. Oh, yep, we got it right here. Perfect. And there you guys go. That's probably the easiest way that you can beat that puzzle. Focus on the windows first. Let the domino effect take care of the colors. The bombs are not incredibly important. However, they do have a long fuse time, but you still want to keep an eye on them when they do fall, because if they detonate, then that's game over. So from here, we are going to go ahead and get right back into the story. Enjoy. All right, I finally completed the puzzles, because I still had to complete the puzzle one more time after we completed it together. And we see here that we have a missed call from Phil, Jesse's brother. I wonder if we can call back. Let's go ahead and write him a message. So, what's up, Phil? Nothing. All right, Cleo. Cleo's right. Still can't believe it's Amy. It could have been one of you guys too. A little pouty face. Or remember how glad we were that it wasn't Hannah. That is true. That is true. When we found out that it wasn't Hannah, everybody was super happy. But they didn't even take into consideration that obviously it was somebody else. She's still happy that it's not Hannah, which is good. I mean, gotta be happy that it's not your friend. I mean, somebody did lose a loved one, so that's still really sad. This body just becomes so real. The dead woman got a face. Of course she does. The face of Amy Bell Lewis from my drawing class, whose absence you never even noticed. Right, exactly. You don't have to mention that, I know. Well, it sounds like Chloe's being a little fake here. It almost sounds like it, right? I mean, she never noticed the girl, but now she's all of a sudden super sad, and maybe she just feels guilty about it. You don't have to mention that. I know, and I feel terrible because of it. I'm pretty sure now that Amy hasn't been coming to class for quite a while now, at least 2 weeks before Hannah disappeared. Do we think that Amy Bell was connected in some way? So Amy Bell may have been connected, to the murder, the man without face, and maybe even connected with Hannah somehow. Something happened in Amy's life, and that's why she stopped coming to class. Do we know what happened? Maybe she was just tired, of course. Now, a man in her life, there's at least something to hang on to. And what if she was already dead back then? Well, you'd find out from the coroner if she was dead back then, right? I mean, the coroner would be able to determine how long the body's been there. Hmm. I don't know. I guess it's something to hang on to, but I feel like there's a bigger picture to this. I feel like there's more to it. It's got to be connected in some way. In any case, I'm gonna ask my drawing teacher if Amy maybe signed herself out or something, or if she told her why she was absent. Somebody updated her profile. Is that Richie? What? Did Richie update his profile picture? You gotta be kidding. We know what Richie looks like now. There's Richie right there. Look, he's got pictures of him now. We never even saw these pictures before. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. We know what Richie's face looks like. Face reveal on Richie. I never noticed these before. Well, look at that. Everybody was sussing Richie because we didn't know what he looked like. Now we know. Now we know. Amy looks pretty similar to Hannah at first glance. Do you know what Thomas told me? And what happened to Amy really worries me. Well, yeah, I think it would worry anybody. It would worry everyone what happened to Amy. Do we think that the man with a face took Amy by mistake, or did something to Amy by mistake? Nah, that can't be it. That can't be it. Like was going after Hannah, but then took Amy. Maybe she went after Hannah. Maybe Amy and Hannah both look like somebody else, and so that's why the man without a face was going after both of them. I don't know. I don't know. What did Thomas tell me? Hannah was acting strange just before she went missing. Right, I remember that. This thing with Amy just reminds me of that. Right. It sounds like Amy started acting weird before she went missing. Thomas told her the same thing recently. And that thing with the bracelet, right? Yeah, the bracelet thing, we kind of proved that it wasn't an affair that she was having against Thomas. But Hannah was totally normal with me. Strange. We should keep it in mind. It probably doesn't mean anything, just forget it. No, we should definitely keep it in mind. Keep everything in mind. Amy looks pretty similar to Hannah at first glance. So it looks like we're going to go through each one of these, which is good because I'd like to know what's going on. They're both the same age. They have similar body type and height. I guess. I don't know. They're both attractive. Right. That could be important. All these similarities. So you're saying the offender selects his victims because of their appearance? It's possible. I mean, why not? A lot of these, like, serial kidnappers and serial murderers, they pick their victims because of their appearance. I think nobody noticed that she had disappeared. I had completely blocked the body out of my mind. That's a horrible thought. It bothers me. It bothers me that nobody noticed her disappear. We have to make sure that the killer gets his just desserts. What kind of desserts? Like ice cream? A cookie? I feel like we owe her that much. Me too. We got to make sure the killer pays for what he's done. Ooh, we got a premium question here that we can ask Chloe. Can I ask you something, Chloe? What do we get to ask her? I want to know what you value most in a man. I forgot what I was going to say. What do you value most in a man, Cleo? Honesty. Surely money is at least a bonus, right? Don't you care about looks? Don't you care about looks, Cleo? It's hard to explain. Explain then. I mean, I don't have any preferences when it comes to looks. I think my feelings tell me what I prefer. That sounds terrible. Well, I think I know what you mean. The question was terrible. I don't even understand what you mean. I think I know what you mean. I don't know. We'll do the little nervous laugh emoji. Ooh, are there any no-goes for you? We're getting a little personal with Cleo here. Can't stand laziness. But it's not an absolute no-go. Concerning the job around the house? Yeah, like laziness around the house or something? No. Not at all. I'm pretty old-fashioned when it comes to household chores. That's my territory. What about you? What's your type when it comes to women? Oh, now we're starting to ask tongue-tied. Just like you, I don't have one. Explaining that would take too long. I've got a soft spot for a certain hair color. I would honestly just say explaining that would take too long. There's so many factors that come into, a person's soulmate, right? It's never just about one thing. It's always a compilation of a lot of things that make the perfect person for any particular one person. Do you want to at least tell me what your hair color is? What my hair color is, or what hair color I prefer? Oh, okay. I have dark hair. I thought you didn't care about looks. My hair is light. I have no idea what you would call this color. Yeah, I don't know. It's dark. I guess it's not like black, but it's brown. I got brown hair, so I guess it would be. I guess it would be dark. That's when I do have hair. Most of the time, I'm I'm jam bald. I shaved my head. Shaved my head, so I'm bald. You'll see my hair when I come visit you guys. Oh, that's right, or the lack thereof, because I shaved my head. I plan on it once Hannah was found, someday for sure. Spoiled the surprise. So someday for sure. I'm gonna come check out Duskwood for sure, definitely. I'm looking forward to seeing you, tongue-tied. Thank you. Looking forward to seeing you too. Oh, we got it. Good. Phil got arrested. What? What do you mean he got arrested? What? I can't believe it. Why? Police just stormed the Aurora and arrested him for what? You think, oh, did he have something to do with Amy? They took him away in handcuffs like he was some kind of gangster. Because of something with Amy, because something with Hannah. And what are they accusing him of? Unpaid speeding tickets. Wait, Thomas is online. So is this? No, this is Richie. Yeah, that's Richie. Okay, that almost tricked me. It said Thomas was. Oh, I see where it says Richie's on. Okay. I don't know anything. I found out over the phone myself. Must be an misunderstanding. So sorry, Judge. It just must be a misunderstanding, right? I should darn well think so. This is bound to happen. What do you mean bound to happen? Why would it be bound to happen, Jesse? What do you know? That's why I didn't want to get involved. Get involved with what, Jesse? Because this is exactly the kind of thing that happens when you do. Stop beating around the bush, Jesse. Just tell us what's going on. What's jam going on here? Phil's jam arrested, Dan. But Jesse won't tell us why. What made us think we could just get ourselves involved in some kidnapping case? Need to calm down. Easy for you to say, Cleo. So I'll just calm down for a minute. Jesse, she's right. Richie, do so. I'm not letting Richie take control of this conversation. We just all need to just calm down for a minute and just tell us what's going on, Jesse. I haven't got time for it. You didn't tell us anything. I had to find out why my brother was arrested. Yeah? You need to let us know. It was really unexpected. Yeah, no kidding, Richie. Thanks for the obvious comment. I'd like to know why exactly he was arrested. Don't we all? Of course we all want to know. Think we'd see somehow? Of course we all want to know. I don't want to throw Phil under the bus that he's somehow involved with Hannah or Amy. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say this without a valid membership card, but the timing just reeks of the body from the forest, right? Whatever that's supposed to mean. Obviously, we know what that means, Richie. Don't act stupid. You're smarter than this. I like to know that Dan thinks Phil was arrested because of Amy. Dan's jealous because we never included him in our investigation. The police kept the body's identity secret for half an eternity, then suddenly makes it public. And what do you know? Our barkeeper gets arrested. Coincidence? I don't know. Aren't you calling him by his name anymore? Oh, man, I don't know. I don't want to just, start accusing Phil of what happened to Amy, but maybe they found some kind of DNA evidence? I feel like it can't be coincidence, right? It's probably not coincidence. Dan definitely has an interesting point. This could all be part of the police's tactics. Or is maybe making the identity public some sort of bait, and Phil swallowed it. Shouldn't we wait for Jessy with this conversation? I think we should. I think we definitely need to wait for Jessy. I mean, Jessy, it's her brother, right? No, we need to talk about this now. There's no way for her to be objective here, as you saw. That's true. Maybe you want to say something about that. What do you mean I spoke to Phil? Yeah, I spoke to Phil. They weren't in a group then, after all. Sure, why not? Let me tell you what I talked to Phil about. Phil was very cooperative. He was nice to me. I always imagined him to be different. But yeah, he was super cooperative, which I thought was weird, thankfully, and maybe almost naive. Which I thought was weird at the time. Something about him bothered me. We were vibing, you know. We were. He was trying to deflect from the topic. Was he trying to deflect from the topic? I can't remember if he was trying to deflect from the topic or not. I know we were talking. He was talking about like visiting or me visiting or something like that, and just I don't. The conversation did get weird. I remember the conversation got weird, but something about him bothered me. He knew straight away that I wanted to talk about Hannah. He made a lot of jokes. He just went offline for no reason. But yeah, he did know one. Because he was trying to hook up with Hannah, and he knew we were trying to talk to him about Hannah. In the end, he invited me to Aurora. Right. Under the condition that I take one of you guys along with me. And he promised me a free drink. Under the condition that I take one of you guys along with me. That's weird. I don't remember that. I think he definitely promised me a free drink, but that's not weird. Let's see what happens if I say this. He didn't seem suspicious to me anyway. I'm pretty sure now that he's not exactly the honest type. I don't know if he's honest or not. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't want to make the wrong choices. But he did. I remember talking with him, and I remember him having all the right answers. Like, boom, boom, boom. Like, the quick responses. Just, he had the right answers. Like, no hesitation. But if you're being honest, that's how it should be, right? But he didn't seem suspicious. He just seemed weird. Like, it was just weird, but he wasn't suspicious. And you said that you said then that you got the feeling that Phil was lying to you. Phil's in a bad enough light as it is. In hindsight, I think I was wrong, though. You're right. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't tell if he was lying to me or not, but it just everything was weird. Does that remind you of Phil? Or not Jam Phil, Richie. We know that Hannah's kidnapper already had the number of tongue-tied from the start. In case you're wondering how we know that. He's been making threatening phone calls. The kidnapper has anyways. And Phil had my phone number when I reached out to him. Because I reached out to him, he was like, "Yo, what up, tongue-tied?" And that's why we wanted to ask you if one of you maybe passed on his number. Okay, so Dan and Cleo did not pass on the number, and Lily did. So Lily passed my number on to Phil. Yeah, we already know why. We're not about to forget Lily. I'm just not gonna say anything. But your video came much later. I mean, more towards the beginning when Tongue Tied first joined us. In that case, no. Okay, so nobody passed it on early on when the kidnapper was originally reaching out to us, right? Then we have to assume that Hannah's kidnapper noticed that Hannah sent that message. You didn't happen to know Phil before you came to us, did you? No, not at all. Could it be that it was Phil who sent me your number? From Hannah's phone, I mean. But why would Phil have Hannah's phone? Did Phil have Hannah's phone? I can't remember if Phil was in possession of Hannah's phone or not. But if Phil was the kidnapper, then he would have Hannah's phone. I don't know. If Phil was the kidnapper, if the kidnapper sent... I don't know. I think it's unlikely. I'm not trying to jump to conclusions about Phil. I think we should take a break from here. It's all getting a bit negative again. Why is that? I agree. Just too much to think about. We found out 5 minutes ago that the police arrested someone we know. Correct. And it was Phil. But we don't know why they arrested Phil. Let's at least think about it for a while before we start making assumptions again. Right, that's what I was trying to do the whole time. I wasn't trying to make assumptions and then just start throwing Phil under the bus. Let's talk later. All right, Richie signed off. Thomas signed off. Dan is offline. Where's Cleo? Cleo's offline. And Lily's offline. Everybody's offline. And we're back to figuring out the puzzle. So we will be working on puzzle 4 in the next video. I will do my best to complete one of those puzzles for you in the beginning of the next video, just to kind of show you guys how I completed it, the best way I know how to complete it, and maybe some hints, tips, tricks on completing that puzzle. Hope you guys are enjoying Duskwood episode 7. We just found out that Phil got arrested, and it's almost seeming like he's suspect number 1. We don't know if he got arrested because of Amy that they found in the forest. Is he somehow connected to Amy? We don't know yet. Maybe we find out in the next video. As always, thanks for watching. Love you all. And we'll see you next time. Goodbye.